What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Awesome Show. Today we're looking at the Star Wars Black Series Archive Wave 5. So we have another set here for the Lucasfilm 50th anniversary. We see the logo up there. And in the set we got 4 figures of Obi-Wan Kenobi from Episode 3. We got a 501st Trooper, which looks awesome, Darth Revan, and Princess Leia from A New Hope. So all of these look pretty cool. Of course, these are just remake of old figures. So of course, if you missed out on those old ones, that's what the Archive Wave is for. So for these, we already have a lot of them. Like, I don't think we have the Obi-Wan, so that's a new one for us. Of course, getting another 501st is awesome. The Princess Leia looks new, maybe with a new face sculpt, so that's cool. And then Darth Revan, of course, is an awesome figure, just always have. So this is an awesome wave that I'm excited for. So let me go and get him out of the box and we'll take a look at them together. Well, let's start off with Obi-Wan Kenobi, again from Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. So this is, mostly how he looks overall. But overall, I just do not like this figure, just the overall looks, especially with like the face. So it looks like they took more like, I want to say like the face scan, but I don't know if that's what I would consider it. But it looks like they took the face from like the Clone Wars version of Obi-Wan, where he's got like the clone armor on parts of him. I think it was like a Walgreens exclusive or something. It looks almost like they took that face. So of course that face wasn't supposed to, look exactly like Obi-Wan, but I feel it doesn't look anything like Ewan McGregor or anything. This face just looks too weird. I feel the hair is way too blonde. So for his long hair and his beard, I know he has blonde hair, but I just feel this is like way too blonde. It needs to have some more brown into it. And then, like I said, the face itself doesn't really look like Ewan McGregor, and it's of course too shiny, but that's from like the face printing and stuff. But his outfit looks pretty decent, relatively what Obi-Wan was wearing at that point in the movie. So it has the dark brown coverings underneath with the tan tunic over the top. So he's got the long sleeve and then the long tunic part going down his legs. And then he's got the brown belt with all the different pockets and stuff and holder for his lightsaber and all that. But then it has this like fabric material on it that I don't like at all. I think it's kind of weird that it's just right in this spot. I don't know why it's here or like what the point of it is. But then that goes into the tan legs and you can see there's like a color difference in there. And then we have the knee-high brown leather boots that I like on this Obi-Wan, but that's about the only thing I really like about this figure. But I just think it looks way too weird. And just so you can see a difference, here is the Episode 2 Obi-Wan, which is the closest one I have because we don't have like any Episode 3 version so far. But we do have the Episode 2 that I think looks much better. Like, obviously it's still not the best, but I think looks much more like Ewan McGregor. I think the hair looks much more better since they did like a darkness to it and stuff. And I just think it looks overall better. The outfit looks much better to me. I just like the look of it overall compared to this new one. I feel they just should have probably taken this one, changed the boots out for these ones, and then that'd pretty much be it. Of course, change the face up, like cut the hair and stuff shorter. But I just like this Episode 2 one much better compared to this version. But anyways, for movements, we got the head that can twist all the way around. It can look down just about that far and up just about that far. So not too much movements overall. Shoulders can come about 90 degrees, rotate all the way around. We get the single elbow joint that bends up maybe a little bit under 90, but close to it and has the rotation. The wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. Got an ab crunch a twist about right above the belt there, so it can crunch back and forth just a little bit, but mostly twist side to side. The hips can come up under 90, out to the side that far. Thigh twist all the way around a little bit stiff. A double knee joint that can bend up that far to the back. And then the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So figure-wise, not bad. Doesn't have the best movements, but you can just see by some of his limitations that he wouldn't have that. And then, of course, with it being Obi-Wan, we do also get his lightsabers. So we have his lightsaber and then the blue blade, which doesn't really show up too well. It's very clear blue. But you can see he does have the little peg there. So you can take the lightsaber and peg it into there if you want it. But let's go and just stick it into his hand. So there we have Obi-Wan with the lightsaber. And unfortunately, because of like the bends in his arms and stuff, you can't even get him to double hand the lightsaber or anything. So you can only just have it in one hand. But overall, I think, it's pretty decent. You can definitely tell it's supposed to be Obi-Wan from Revenge of the Sith. But other than that, I just don't really like this figure at all. I'm kind of disappointed with it overall, just the turnout of it. And next up, we have Princess Leia Organa from Episode 4, Star Wars A New Hope. And overall, I think she looks decent. It's just pretty much like Leia in the white outfit as we see her on like the Tantive and stuff. So not much to it at all. She's just in the all-white dress, has the nice white belt with the silver on it as well, has the hood piece that can come up onto her head, which I don't think looks pretty good. It's hard to get it on her head where it actually looks good. But of course, the most iconic thing about it is her hair with the two like wrapped up hair buns on the side of her head. So that's like the most iconic thing. But again, much like the Obi-Wan, I think the face does not look good at all. I don't think this looks like Carrie Fisher. I don't think it's horrible. Like, I do see some of the likeness in there, but just overall, I almost feel like they scanned somebody else's face instead, and I just don't like it as much. But overall, it's not the best figure ever, but it fits for what it's supposed to be of, Princess Leia in the white dress from Episode 4. And again, for some comparison, here is the older version. So this is the one from the 40th anniversary that I did a video on the channel of the whole 40th anniversary for A New Hope. And so this is the Princess Princess Leia from that, and I think her face looks much better. So it looks more cartoony, I would say, like, not as realistic, but I can definitely tell that's supposed to be Princess Leia, and with like the red makeup on her cheeks and stuff, I feel that looks much more like Carrie Fisher as Princess Leia compared to this. Like I said, that to me looks like it's someone else's face completely. So I definitely like my original figure much more for this one, and I like just overall the dress and everything about it is just a little bit better overall. So hopefully we'll see how the movements turn out on this one, because the other one could use some improvements. But as you can see, she does have the white dress over the top, but if we lift the legs up, you can see she does have white boots under there. So we have the white boots with the black bottoms as well. So just so you can see what it looks like, and like especially like the knee joints and everything on her there. But for movements, the head can twist all the way around. You can look down that far and up that far. So pretty good movements overall with the head. Of course, it's going to be hard to see all the movements because of the outfit, but the shoulders can come up 90 degrees and rotate around within there. We've got a single elbow joint, I assume. Actually, it feels like a double elbow joint. It is a double elbow joint, so that's pretty interesting. So you can see it's very thin, so it could possibly break easily, so you got to be careful with that. But it can bend up on itself, so that's really good there. And then we get the wrist that can twist around and flex up and down for this hand. She has an ab crunch and twist in here, I assume right under her chest, so you can crunch forward, crunch back, and twist side to side. Her hips can come up 90 degrees out to the side that far. There is a thigh twist if we get it lifted, thigh twist that can twist all the way around. A double knee joint, as you can see, that bends up that far to the back. And then the foot flexes back and forth and twists side to side. So overall, the movements are not bad. Awesome getting the double elbows and knee joints, but that's what the old figure had as well, so nothing really new there. But I don't really have any issues with the movements. And finally, she comes with accessories. So first off, we get a gun like we see her use in the movie. So just the little blaster gun there. That's pretty cool. So let's put this into her hand. So there she is with that gun, and that's cool. And then we also get another gun thrown in here, which didn't come with that 40th anniversary one, which is a Stormtrooper blaster. So we have the Stormtrooper gun, so like you could pick up and use during like the Death Star escape and everything. So it is cool that they include that Stormtrooper gun in there as well, but don't really need it for her, just need that gun she came with there. So that is really cool overall for Princess Leia. Like I said, I don't like the face, but other than that, it's just a fine figure. And our next figure is the 501st Clone Trooper. So this is, of course, just a 501st, so that means it's going to be in the blue armor. So that looks pretty cool, but you can see he's all dirty and everything. So it's a Phase 2 Clone Trooper, so it has more of that like Stormtrooper style helmet. Still has like the somewhat T design shape, the little curved piece there on top of the head, and then in the all armor that looks just like all the other Stormtroopers and Clone Troopers and everything. But like I said, it's got the blue, so it's got the blue shoulder padding, blue there on the chest, blue around the hands, and blue down on the legs. But I like all the dirtiness, so it looks like it's been in fighting quite a bit and stuff, so it's got some black up on its legs and everything. And I believe this is supposed to be from like when they're entering the Jedi Temple, following Anakin to kill off all the Jedis and stuff, so going to be much dirtier there from war, as well as going then killing through the Jedi Temple and everything. Overall, looks pretty nice. It's always awesome to get 501st Troopers, and this is just another good one to add to that. But overwise, it's going to be just like all the other Clone Troopers, so going to have some limited movements and everything, and there's a little bit of issue standing them up and stuff, but that's just all the issues I have with the Clone Troopers. So for movements, that there can twist all the way around a little bit there and looks down that far and up just about straight on, so not too much movement, but more than I expected. Now this doesn't have the softer move out of the way shoulder pad, so it's going to be limited in the movements. You can only get up maybe about that far before you run into conflict, so that's a little unfortunate, but it can twist all the way around. We get a bicep twist, the double elbow joint that doesn't really bend that much, under 90 degrees. Double elbow joint's kind of pointless there, but the wrist can twist around and flex up and down for this hand. We have the ab crunch and twist between the sections here, so crunch forward and crunch back, so a little bit of crunching and can twist all the way around. The hips can come up 90 if you twist them out to the side a little bit there and out to the side that far. A thigh twist, of course, for that. A double knee joint that can bend up that far to the back, and then the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. So overall, the movements aren't bad, but it still doesn't have as much range as I would possibly want. And finally, it comes with the same blaster gun we get with all the Clone Troopers and Stormtroopers and everything. So let's go and just put this in its hand. So there we have the Clone Trooper with the gun. So it looks pretty cool there. And I tried to find another 501st Trooper, but I was not able to find any that we had except for the Phase 1 version of the Stormtroopers for the 501st there in the blue. So that was the only Trooper I could find. And they're overall pretty similar, have all the exact same like joints and everything. So it's going to be pretty much the same, just they switched out the heads for the Phase 2 with this new one. But overall, not too bad. And I do like the Trooper, like I said, it's always awesome to get the clones, especially the 501st. So it's awesome to have this in the collection now. And our final figure of the wave is Darth Revan, which of course we saw introduced in Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, and we've had him multiple times before, so nothing really new going on here, but it's awesome just to get him, and I think he just looks cool. He's always one of like the coolest looking like Sith and stuff, so has an awesome looking face. So he's got the all helmeted face, but you can see he's got the little visor piece, and then has like some dark silver and red in there under the hood, so it's got the big plastic hood piece, and then he's got the cape hanging down in the back, so he's got the cape with all the tatteredness and tears and stuff in it at the bottom, and then he's in an all all black again, all covered outfit. He's got some nice bronze or like some gold there on the center and on his arms. Overall, I really like that color. It just like stands out on him a lot. And then of course has the black skirting all the way down. Again, that's all tattered and torn. It has a nice red piece hanging down in the middle, you know, adds some detail onto him. And of course, with being a Sith, having the red, you know, fits in pretty well with that. And then underneath, we do have some more like gold or like bronze shoulder legs there, like on his shins and stuff, and the feet there itself. So overall, he's just a really awesome looking figure. So for movements, the head, of course, can't really turn much at all because it's in a solid cape, but you can get it to twist a little bit in there if you like push on the head and get up and down and stuff. So not much movement, but the shoulders can come up about 90 degrees there, a little bit under because like this like cape piece, and then it can rotate around within there. But we get the single elbow joint that bends to 90 with the rotation, and the wrist can twist around and flex back and forth. He's got the ab crunch and twist in the midsection, so crunch forward, crunch back, and twist all the way around. If we get the skirting up, we can see the hips come up about 90 degrees out to the side that far, a thigh twist all the way around, a double knee joint that bends up that far to the back, and then the foot flexes back and forth and can twist side to side. Now with this figure, his feet and legs do seem a little bit weird, so he is a little bit difficult to stand up, but overall it's not too bad, just have to mess with it a little. And of course, with it being Darth Revan, we've got his two lightsabers, so we have his purple and his red lightsaber. I love his purple one, just like with the detail of the hilt, and then the purple blade is always my favorite, and then just the red lightsaber piece is cool as well. So let's go and put these in his hands. So there we have Darth Revan with both of the lightsabers in his hands, and that looks really cool. And of course, we can bring in the old figure. So here's the older version of Darth Revan, which looks pretty much exactly the same. Everything's mostly the same about it. It looks like they just changed some of the color pieces here in the center, where this one, it was like more of a palish bronze or gold, and now it's a little bit darker. So I do like the darker look of it, so I do like the new one more. And then we also have the Jedi version of Revan, which is cool as well, and one of my favorite figures that they've made. So very awesome to have those three different versions there. Of course, these two are going to be the same, but it's awesome to have the Jedi and Sith versions of him there. So that is very cool for Darth Revan. Well, that is going to be it for our Star Wars Black Series Archive Wave 5. This was a pretty decent wave. I was very disappointed in some of the figures like the Obi-Wan and the Princess Leia, but they were some missing figures from my brother's and I collection. It's awesome to get the 5.0 First Trooper, like I said, since we didn't have this version of it, so it's awesome to get that. And then getting Darth Revan is always cool just because he looks awesome. So overall, it's a pretty decent wave. It's about 50-50 for me myself, but of course, if you're missing all these figures, it would be a pretty good wave. But let me know what you thought of it down in the comments, and if you enjoyed my review, let me know with a thumbs up. But I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you all stay awesome out there, and I'll see you in our next review.